Jim Jarmusch's 2019 film The Dead Don't Die is a quirky blend of dark comedy and zombie satire that dives deep into societal critique while entertaining with absurd humor. Set in the small town of Centerville, the film explores an apocalyptic scenario caused by an environmental catastrophe. With an ensemble cast featuring Bill Murray, Adam Driver, and Tilda Swinton, it brings together hilarious interactions, philosophical undertones, and unexpected twists. But what exactly happens in the ending, and what does it all mean? Let's break it down. The premise. The story unfolds as Centerville faces an unexpected zombie uprising. The source? Polar fracking, an environmentally destructive practice that shifts the Earth's axis and disrupts natural rhythms. The undead, driven by their materialistic cravings, whether for coffee, Wi-Fi, or luxury goods, become a biting commentary on modern consumerism. The narrative follows police officers Cliff Robertson, Bill Murray, and Ronnie Peterson, Adam Driver, as they attempt to manage the chaos. Despite their efforts, it becomes clear that survival is not a given for everyone in this bizarre apocalypse. The survivors, Zelda and Hermit Bob. By the film's end, two characters stand out for their survival, Zelda Winston and Hermit Bob. Their survival paths are vastly different, yet deeply symbolic. Zelda Winston, the alien among us. Tilda Swinton's character, Zelda, is a peculiar figure from the start. A Scottish funeral director with an enigmatic aura, she wields a katana and demonstrates an almost supernatural calm in the face of the zombie onslaught. Her efficiency and unflappable demeanor set her apart from the other townsfolk, who panic and flounder in their attempts to cope. Zelda's story takes a surprising turn when she departs Centerville in a UFO, hinting at an extraterrestrial origin or perhaps an evolved understanding of existence. Her exit symbolizes a transcendence from the chaos, representing intellect, adaptability, and an ability to rise above humanity's flaws. Hermit Bob, wisdom in isolation. Tom Waits' Hermit Bob lives a solitary life in the woods, far removed from society's distractions and indulgences. As the apocalypse unfolds, Bob observes the mayhem from a distance, providing philosophical commentary on humanity's failings. His detachment from materialism and modern conveniences proves to be his greatest strength. Hermit Bob's survival illustrates the power of simplicity, independence, and self-awareness. While others are consumed by their attachments and ignorance, Bob thrives in isolation, untouched by the zombies and the societal collapse around him. Together, Zelda and Hermit Bob represent contrasting but equally valid approaches to resilience, one through higher understanding and adaptability, the other through self-reliance and rejection of societal norms. The zombie uprising, a reflection of human folly. The zombie outbreak in The Dead Don't Die is triggered by polar fracking, a metaphor for humanity's reckless exploitation of the planet. The environmental disturbance awakens the dead, and the zombies' behavior, fixated on their past obsessions, mirrors human greed and excess. These aren't typical zombies. They stagger toward the objects or activities they loved in life. Whether it's coffee, toys, or alcohol, their cravings highlight a culture obsessed with consumption, even beyond death. The outbreak spirals out of control not just because of the zombies but because the townspeople fail to adapt or work together. Their denial, selfishness, and lack of foresight reflect real-world challenges like climate change and resource overconsumption. Jarmusch intentionally avoids providing detailed explanations for the apocalypse, shifting the focus to humanity's role in its own downfall rather than the mechanics of the zombie genre. Cliff Robertson and Ronnie Peterson, the inevitability of fate. Cliff and Ronnie, the town's well-meaning but bumbling police officers, serve as the audience's guides through the chaos. Their dynamic provides much of the film's humor, with Cliff's skepticism and Ronnie's matter-of-fact acceptance of their doomed fate. Ronnie frequently breaks the fourth wall, ominously repeating, "This is going to end badly," a line that foreshadows their eventual demise. His awareness of their predicament, combined with his inability to change it, adds a layer of existential dread to the humor. Cliff, on the other hand, struggles to comprehend the situation, embodying humanity's denial and confusion in the face of existential threats. Both officers ultimately succumb to the zombie horde, underscoring the futility of resisting an apocalypse born from humanity's own mistakes. Their deaths stand in stark contrast to the survival of Zelda and Hermit Bob, reinforcing the idea that adaptability and detachment from societal flaws are key to enduring such crises. What does the ending mean? The ending of The Dead Don't Die is less about resolution and more about reflection. It leaves viewers questioning humanity's priorities and behaviors. Consumerism and obsession. The zombies' fixation on material goods and routines serves as a grim reminder of society's over-reliance on consumption and technology. Even in death, they cling to the very things that define their lives, symbolizing humanity's inability to let go of destructive habits. Environmental recklessness. Polar fracking, though only briefly mentioned, is the catalyst for the apocalypse. This environmental disaster mirrors real-world issues like climate change, where short-term gains come at the cost of long-term survival. The film critiques humanity's disregard for the planet and its consequences. Survival through change. Zelda and Hermit Bob's survival emphasizes the importance of adaptability and self-awareness. While the rest of the characters either fight in vain or succumb to their flaws, these two embody resilience in different forms. Zelda's UFO departure suggests an evolved perspective, while Bob's isolation highlights the strength in simplicity.